Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread has gained more attention in the recent months because it was considered a bomb at the box office, but critics and audiences continue to talk about how good or great it is. This film has become one of my all-time favorite films, and is my second favorite film of 2017. I don't know if that's much of a measure, considering what we have for competition, both the good and bad. Phantom Thread takes a look at the dark and twisted relationship between Reynolds Woodcock, a visionary in his craft of creating dresses, Elma Elson, his fiancée, and Cyril Woodcock, Reynolds' sister, who is also a seamstress who co-manages the dress business. The movie shows how they see their craft of dressmaking as an art and how it affects the Woodcocks and everyone around them, including Elma, creating a whole new life for her. By the way, there will be spoilers for the whole analysis, so beware. Reynolds is in a slight mixture of both an antagonist and protagonist. On one hand, he believes he's an artist with a vision. He creates these visions into dresses and considers them beautiful works of art, which everyone loves. He views himself more as an artist because dresses give him a way to feel his beauty and creativity.
You can sew almost anything into the canvas of a coat. When I was a boy, I started to hide things in the linings of the garments. Things that only I knew were there.
While on the other hand, he acts like a perfectionist and a child. The reason why is because he plans out everything before he tells anyone and has to assume everyone knows what he's thinking. He needs everything to be perfect, even if his mood is ruined, such as the scene in which he was having breakfast and his sister said,
"His routine, when he's in it, is best not shaken. If breakfast isn't right, it's very hard for him to recover for the rest of the day."
He takes Elma for granted in their relationship by being ungrateful towards things she does for him, such as meals and wanting to be social outside their relationship. He demonstrates his annoyance with her by being passive-aggressive whenever something isn't right.
What is this? As I think you know, Alma, I prefer my asparagus with oil and salt. And knowing this, you have prepared the asparagus with butter. Now, I can imagine in certain circumstances being able to pretend that I like it made this way. When did this happen? What happened to make you behave like this? It's my life that you're describing. It's entirely up to you whether you choose to share it or not. If you don't wish to share that life, as apparently it's so disagreeable to you in every respect, why don't you just f*** off to back where you came from? No, Alma, what are you doing?
There's tea for you.
Don't put the tray on the table, please. Just take it off. I didn't ask for tea. It's a bit late now, isn't it?
I'm taking it out.
Yeah, but it's a bit late now, isn't it?
But I'm taking it out.
The tea is going out. The interruption is staying right here with me.
As funny as the breakfast scenes are, it really showcases what I'm talking about.
Please. It's as if you just rode a horse across the room. There's too much movement. There's entirely too much movement at breakfast.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Daniel Day-Lewis indicated that this performance in Phantom Thread would be his final performance as an actor. Therefore, his performance was particularly intense and interesting, and this is also the second collaboration between him and Paul Thomas Anderson. First one being There Will Be Blood, another one of my all-time favorites.
So say it now. I am a sinner. I'm a sinner. Say it louder. I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
Louder, Daniel. I am a sinner.
I am a sinner.
I am sorry, Lord. I abandoned my child. Say it louder. Say it louder.
I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy!
Beg for the blood!
Just give me the blood, Eli. Let me get out of here. Give me the blood, Lord! And let me get away!
Daniel Day-Lewis has made a name for himself as a famous method actor. which is the practice of when an actor does their best to prepare for a role by researching and, in a sense, becoming that character and all, and even when they do it when not filming, so as to not break character in order to make the written character come alive. Daniel Day-Lewis's preparation for this role had him so into character that he was basically an uncredited costume designer in the making of the film. He also did things like looking over his family's old clothes, researching how his grandfather would dress because he lived in that era in which this film took place. He would give feedback on the costumes and dresses during filming. He would also give ideas for costumes and ultimately would become a costume designer. The cinematography is different from other Paul Thomas Anderson films because they couldn't get his regular director of photography, Robert Elswit. I hope I said his name right. The reason why they couldn't get him back is because he was working on the cinematic masterpiece of a lifetime, which is Skyscraper. Most Paul Thomas Anderson films have wides, tons of wides, and shot reverse shots. The cinematography in this film was described as a collaborative effort from Paul Thomas Anderson, where everyone on set did the best they could, and you can pretty much see it because there are a lot of long takes and wides and different shot compositions that just make you go, wow. The costumes and sets are so spellbinding that you think that the filmmakers took the actual clothes and places from the era and used them rather than making them being handmade. This precise and intricate work even won them the Oscar for Best Costume Design earlier this year. The editing is spectacular, giving you time to process the scene in conversations, and it's not like most movies where there's intense music or quick cuts, but where it's consistent with how smooth and relaxing it is. The music too, one of the best in my opinion, where it just feels like from that time, and it's just so relaxing and refreshing to hear. Johnny Greenwood from the band Radiohead composed the music, and his work was amazing.
But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here?
It goes from beautiful to chill vibes at certain points, and then it kind of goes to anxiety-driven material that makes the viewer even more engrossed than they already were. The scene where he's eating an omelet is so intriguing and weirdly engrossing, it's impossible to look away. The way the scene was shot is great, showing how the light hits the character. In addition, the way it was executed in the frame of how big and wide it was, and not just an over-the-shoulder shot like any other movie would. And lastly, the build-up to the poisoning of the omelet successfully grabbed me and the audience as well. One scene that was extremely poignant was when Elma poisons Reynolds' omelet so that she can care for him so he would love her as much as she loved him.
I want you flat on your back, helpless, tender, open, with only me to help. And then I want you strong again.
This concept was based on writer-director Paul Thomas Anderson's experience of a time when he got sick from eating food and was cared for by his wife, Maya Rudolph, who he said gave a look and attitude towards him at one point that he had never seen from her before. Just the fact I thought I'd like to spread to you folks. She does this because she wants to regain the love that they had. He eats the poison omelet knowing he may die, but he also sees what truly makes them love each other and how they can make it work, not just as lovers, but as artists. It was a beautiful, wonderful film that I
Kiss me, my girl, before I'm sick.
would absolutely call a masterpiece, and I highly recommend it. With all that being said, does not beat the Teenage Angst and Hijinks of the High School Musical trilogy, my top 3 favorite films of all time.